Another day, another TV on the street. It's a Sony Trinitron. It's pretty much the only thing I pick up anymore. If it's anything other than a Trinitron, I leave them there and let the scrappers get them. So it's not a Wega branded one. It's just a regular Trinitron branded one. Not sure what the classifications are to meet the Wega or Vega, as they spell it Wega, but it's actually pronounced Vega. I don't know what the qualifications are for one of their sets to meet that, but this was just hanging out on the side of the road. It's pretty filthy. I'm pretty sure it was a smoker's TV. It got pretty wet last night when I found it. It was late, so it was pretty soaked. I dried it off, and then I just let it sit on the kitchen table all night and dry up. And the front door's missing off of it. I'm assuming they either use it a lot or they had kids and the kids broke it off. Question is, does it work? So I was looking, and this is the remote that it would have come with. Now this goes to my little 20-inch that I have. It's about 2 years newer. This is a 2002, and it's a KV-24FS100. If I didn't already say that, if I did, I apologize for repeating myself. But see if it'll work. Well, sounds like we got high voltage. Our LED's blinking. But do we get a picture? Yep. And we got a picture. A little bit of red blooming there as it warms up. Yeah, looks like we got problems with the second input. Input 2 would be the input on the front there. So I bet there's something wrong with that. Probably a capacitor, maybe. I have to look at the service manual. Video 3. So this TV has S-video and composite on video 1, either or. And then video 2 is the front composite, and the video 3 is component. So it'll actually take component input. And there's our tuner. And I don't know, I'm sort of seeing some different coloring over here than over here. So I may check this set and make sure the degaussing coil is working correctly. You did hear it when I turned it on. It did degauss, but it's trying to screen blank now. But so I got one of my tuners hooked up here to my redneck antenna. Let's see what we get. Well, we can't be showing that very long now, can we? So we definitely got some geometry issues in the corner.
Goodness sakes, cover! For goodness sakes! Hey, cousin boys, it's good to see you. Watching.
Dinner! Now look, you guys have your family. The people at Bay Gardens Medical Center are my family.
Not so bad with its full screen image, but there's definitely
Force
geometry
Flex
issues in the
Advanced
corner.
Protection kitchen bag. It's Glad's strongest.
Actually has a pretty damn good image on it.
Him as an ordinary guy, as he says.
Uh-oh, Star Trek's on. Then why this channel will not fix? I've complained to them several times
Space.
to fix their output, and their output's wrong. They're sending a like 16:9 image and a 4:3, so it doesn't render out right.
I tried several shrimp dishes while I was here.
Uh-oh, is Fox off the air tonight? Yep, no Fox tonight.
I tried something like this steamed flounder. This fish is just laid out there. It's as fresh as you get. You don't have to hide it.
And you church chats on.
13. Did you want to tell everybody about that?
Since I've been there, and
Florida. So yeah, appears to work. It's got that geometry issue in the corner. Actually, it's got geometry issues on the top. I might go into the service menu and see if I can adjust it. Yeah, Olympics coverage is guaranteed to get you owned.
Just said you want. I cannot.
Before treatment, the doctor should check you for infections and
Your friendship outside.
for me. You ask.
Transmitter's off. They always have transmitter troubles. Always. Camera's blowing the image out, of course, as usual.
What is it that people are most interested to
I
learn
don't know
about
if Beach TV will flag me or not. I don't think they care. It's all just advertising. But yeah, it's a pretty good image for 2002. I'm not overly fond of the, especially after my big HD CRT went tits up on me. I don't really know what to think about these 2000s models. Now that big 32-inch that I did the video on the other day that I picked up down by the dumpster, that TV's 20 years old now and it still works perfect. So as I do with all of them, I'll pull the back off of it and we'll give it a little tweaky tweak. More than likely the geometry problems, based on how old this set is and the fact that it was out in the moisture for a little while. A lot of these, especially this is an FD Trinitron, so the CRT, the front of the CRT is perfectly flat, whereas with a regular Trinitron, the screen has got a slight curve to it, kind of like the old, real normal, old school CRTs. But the geometry issues on these, a lot of times Sony use magnets. They put magnets on the corners, on the back of the CRT. They put little sticky magnets on the back to correct for geometry distortion in the corners of these sets, and that could be that those have fallen off. There's our menus. It doesn't have any audio settings. I wonder if the extra audio stuff is what they consider it to be a Vega branded set. Other than that, though, it seems to run fine. I'm going to check this front video input. I think it might have a problem. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that now. I'm going to pause and we'll be back. Oh yeah, I had definitely something wrong with the input on input 2 in the front. Everything's all kind of blown out. Ew, yeah, see how the blues aren't blue? Looks bluer in the camera than it really is, but I wonder what the heck is causing that. It's got to be a capacitor or something. Looked in the service manual and ew, that's just terrible. Everything's just blowed out. Maybe that's why they put it out on the street, because the second input's blowed out. Look at the board, pull the board out, and check the solder connections. Wow, that is terrible. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong. Or if it's got to go through some sort of a capacitor before it goes into the jungle IC, which I think on this TV does all the comb filtering and everything all in one chip. Whew, yep, that's terrible. Alright, round back. There's your model number, your build date, serial number. It's a BA6 chassis. And there's all your inputs. It's RF. Got S-video and composite. Got component, and then you got audio out. Or maybe that's audio in for the component. It's probably audio in for the component. And that's all this TV's got. So it's pretty filthy. Ew. Now, I don't know what all this like sticky stuff is. Alright, pull the back off of it. Alright, here we are with the back off. I got the board slid out a little bit because I was taking a look at the front connectors there. If I had to say, capacitor in here somewhere probably is bad. Don't really think I'm going to worry too much about it. See right here, one of our spacers came out. Probably went in there somewhere. Looks like it probably went there. Probably went there because there's another one right here. There's your CRT information for anybody who wants it or cares about it. Does not say whether or not the CRT was made in America. Nope, it was made in Singapore. So it was shipped over here. Usually they have the CRTs are made here in the States. Speakers. Nothing special. If it was an XPR set, it would have a big old subwoofer thing back here. Here's your CRT neck. Don't look like it's that high. I mean, I know it is, but usually you start getting discolorations in the glass. Right now it's just got a bunch of dust on it. So what the scrappers love about these TVs, besides the power cords, they want this yoke. If you look in here in this yoke, you can see all this copper winding. There's just tons and tons of copper in here. Copper windings there. Copper windings back here around the purity rings. And then there's copper everywhere. And they'll come in here. They'll cut the cord, and then some of them will take the entire set to get the copper out of here, and then they'll just implode the CRT or break the neck off of it to get, you know, let it go to vacuum. So yeah, this is the smoker's TV. It's got the brown crud disease in it. It's funny though, it doesn't really smell like it, but it is. Blew some of the dust out of here. Sure, degaussing coil. That must be the thermistor, I think, for it. Bunch of big ass resistors. A couple big honking capacitors. It's very rare that I ever open up a Sony TV and find blowed up capacitors in it. They tend to dry out and not blow up. So, alright, I'm gonna slide this board back in, do some focus and grid or screen control adjustments on it. See if we can make it any better than it is. Probably not. Obviously there was going to be another input or an output here, and they didn't bother to solder whatever it was in. Must be for there's a 120 series of these TVs. And those usually are a little bit, they have better audio and stuff. Alright. Alright, so after some focus adjustments, and cleaning and all of that, like four or five paper towels there, all come off just the CRT itself. Nasty. But let's check the component input. Get one of my Goodwill PS2 Slims out. My only problem is this glitchy shit right up here in the corner, right there. Whatever that is, I may look in the service menu. I'm going to do some horizontal and vertical adjustments on this CRT. Yeah, we're not putting a memory card in here.
Hi, I'm Josie Merritt, and I play Mia in Need for Speed Most Wanted.
Best
Make
Most
sure
Wanted
you do
game,
all your
that
racing
2012 game was
on the
garbage.
streets, drive safely and responsibly, and wear your seatbelt.
I'd say the component works. This game was so awesome. I was calling it for every console that it was ever released on, except for the handhelds. I've beaten it on all the consoles. The best version, if it wasn't for the fact that the PC version was 4x3 only, I would say it was the best version. But if you want to play a good HD version of this game, the Xbox 360 version, if you can find it, was the best version. The original Xbox version was pretty good as well. It was a title that came along at the end of the Xbox, and it was a launch title for the 360 that I can't even find a physical copy of it nowhere. I've looked. I have a digital download that I got before they removed it from the store, but so yeah, I'd say pretty good. About as clean as a PS2 is going to get. PS2 didn't really have all that great a video output. Camera won't focus on it, but here's our service manual. Gonna bring up the self-diagnostics and all that just to see what it says about it. Alright, according to the manual, service manual, display channel 5, volume down and on. So display 5, volume down, power. Does that put us into diagnostic mode? Yes, it does. So there's our diagnostic information. According to that, we've registered no errors. So it was number 70,000 off the assembly line, huh? 70,090. Pretty low serial number. Alright, now we'll do a reset, if I can remember that command. If you did have faults and you had repaired it, that says you would hit 8 and enter. So, let's see. 8, enter? No. That is what it says, 8 and enter. Interesting. Alright, now for service manual procedure, according to the manual, I want to do display, channel 5, volume plus, and power. So display, 5, plus, power. And this already loaded into the service menu. Yep, and there's your service menu. Then you have to select the different areas. So right now we're in deflection and horizontal size, and then you can change those. So you can navigate through the menus using 1 or 4, which is up and down, and then you can change the data by using the 3 and 6 keys, and then writing that out to memory. You press muting and enter. Thing is, if you don't know what you're doing on this and you don't have the service manual, it's advisable not to mess with it. If you scroll down towards the bottom of the service manual, you can actually get a generalized set of settings, but they could get way out. So, and it's also best to notate your notate the settings as they are before you actually mess with them. So horizontal size, horizontal position, vertical size. Yeah, so you can change the size. You can see that flickery crap in the corner up there. If I go up 1, that goes away. If you go down, you can really see it there. So I'm going to go to 35. It'll overscan the image a little bit, but it gets rid of that flickery crap. So mute and enter. So muting, enter. And that should write that to the data. I only went up 1 notch, so if it's an issue I can come back in and change it. So sorry for the shaky cam, I didn't set the tripod up for this, but I will be doing that for the Genesis video, which, if the mailman will ever deliver it, then I'll probably work on that. See, I think we just turn it off to get out of the diagnostic mode. Okay, back on. Yep. I think I'm happy with that. Put a regular TV picture back on it real quick. Alright, so there we are with a regular just TV picture back on it. And that got rid of the flickeries right up there in the corner. That's what we wanted to get rid of. Do these dudes not know their transmitter's off? I bet they don't even have a switchboard operator anymore. They, oh, not a switchboard, but a master control operator. They used to have one. And anytime the signal went off, the people with DirecTV or Dish would complain. They had to go out and fix it. They must not have it there because they're not doing it. I know that used to be every hour on the hour you had to go up to the console and pull the transmitter information down and write that in a log file. But yeah, they're off air. Well, not bad. A little bit of focus adjustment. Clean up a disgustingly nasty CRT. I mean, and a little service menu tweak. What I might do, I think there's another thing in the service menu where you can do trapezoidal checks, and I may go in and try and adjust those out. But you can clearly see at the top right there it curves in. It also curves over there. So. But we'll let it run for a while, see if it misbehaves or anything. But I think we'll conclude this video. The Genesis parts, I think I just said a minute ago, the Genesis caps will be in, or supposed to be in tomorrow by the post office. We'll see. President's Day kind of messed things up Monday, so. Alright. We'll catch you in the next one. Hopefully this will help you if you find one of these or have one of these and you want to adjust it a little bit. Just remember, if you ever go into the service menu, write down the things you're going to change before you change them so you can always go back. Alright, later guys.